So welcome to 7 Ways to Dance Through Your Day. I invite everyone on the call and all of you who are going to be listening to the recording to just take a moment to breathe a nice, rich, juicy breath deep into your belly. And exhaling any sighs or sounds that want to come out. We'll do this 2 more times. And again. Awesome. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here right now, whether you've called in or you're able to see me on the webinar. It's great to have you here, and I definitely feel this wonderful circle of your presence and your awareness here with us tonight. I'd love to start our webinar by talking about why I created it. I created this webinar because I was inspired by a video I saw on Facebook, and some of you may have seen this video. It was various elder women who were talking about what they would change looking back in life. So imagine you're 75, 80 years old, and you're looking back on your life going, wow, what I would have done differently. And what the common thread was between what everyone was saying was when they were younger and even, in middle age, younger being, I would say 35 to 65, they're talking about how they would have stopped rushing as much, how they would have appreciated and enjoyed their body more, and savored the time with loved ones as well. And it really got me thinking about myself. When I turn 80 years old, hopefully I make it that far or beyond, and how I want to feel looking back in my life. I certainly have to be very mindful and very conscious to practice what I teach and to remember every day to care for myself and nourish myself as best as I can and really stop literally to smell the roses. I've got lots of roses in my backyard, so it's a great metaphor. So what we're talking about here tonight is 7 techniques to help you improve the quality of your day-to-day life. And when I say day-to-day, I'm kind of thinking like during the week. I find many of us, when we go on vacation or when it's the weekend, we're able to unwind and relax and have fun, or maybe when it's summer. But it would be wonderful if we could have these practices in place that don't take much time, that are simple changes to our schedule, and yet they bring so much more richness and enjoyment to our day-to-day lives. I do want to acknowledge that, of course, we can't always be happy. And personally, I'm someone who has experienced a great deal of anxiety in my life, beginning when I was a young child. I've also had my ups and downs in relationships, with my business. We all have challenges in our lives, and sometimes it's hormonal, sometimes we don't know what it is, but we experience either depression or just feeling really blasé or low. And so what I've discovered, which I love in the past few years, that goes back to teachings that I studied when I was very much involved in some of the Buddhist meditation teachings and practices, is to be at peace with whatever I'm feeling. And so while I'm going to give you these tips, and of course we want to be feeling happy and great and amazing every day, and these tips are going to help you to feel that way, I also want to acknowledge that we're not going to feel that way every day. However, when you have these elements in your day, you have a greater chance of simply feeling at peace with what you feel. And so that's what I've really embraced over the last few years, and especially the last few months. I've moved and we're doing renovations in my house, and it's totally chaotic, and there's dust and boxes everywhere, and I have no kitchen, but hopefully I will within a week. But I've learned to just be at peace with the chaos, and while I don't find it the environment that supports me to thrive in the way that I do when I have a kitchen and I'm making great food that I love, I'm at peace. And the more I'm at peace with feeling, with whatever feelings come up, whether it's frustration or anger or sadness, actually the happier I feel, the sooner that emotion passes. So these practices will not only help you to feel happy every day, but they'll also help you to feel at peace when you're not feeling happy, which will help you to feel fulfilled either way. I'd like to start now with a guided meditation, and it will be about 5 to 7 minutes. And actually, if you can hear some banging in the background, it's because there are people laying tiles upstairs in my house right now. So I'll just let you know there is some hammering, and that is not part of the guided meditation, but let's welcome it in as some added rhythm. Bring in the masculine energy up there. So making yourself comfortable, taking a nice deep breath, closing your eyes. This guided meditation, guided visualization is meant to help you connect with your wise woman within. And if you don't see anything, that's okay. Just pay attention to perhaps colors that you feel or see, or emotions or feelings that arise. So you're going to imagine that you're walking down a beautiful path. And this path might be made of earth or little pebbles and stones. The path may be lined with flowers or evergreens, or maybe there's the beach and the ocean on one side of the path. Whatever you see or feel, just allowing yourself to relax into that imagery, noticing the feeling of walking down this path. Maybe you're feeling quite relaxed. Maybe you're walking really slowly, or maybe you're skipping. Maybe you feel excited. And this path actually leads to your personal sacred secret garden. As you continue down the path towards the gate to your sacred garden, noticing any colors, perhaps the colors of flowers, birds, or butterflies. Noticing the temperature of the air. And noticing any sounds. Maybe there's a breeze in the leaves of the trees. Maybe you can hear the song of birds in the branches or in the tall grasses of the meadow. As you approach your gate, opening it, walking in and closing it behind you, noticing how your body relaxes a little more, knowing that you are in this very safe, very secure, very warm, comforting, nourishing space. And taking a moment to look around and see what's in your garden. Are there trees, rose bushes? Maybe there's a pond or a water fountain. And as you notice the beauty of your garden, looking for the most comfortable spot to either sit or stand, spot you feel most called to. And as you find the perfect spot, you begin to feel excited because you know that one of your greatest cheerleaders who loves you unconditionally is coming to meet with you, your wise woman within. And you can begin to hear her footsteps softly approaching, and the excitement you experience grows, knowing that she comes in peace, she comes in beauty, and she comes in your honor. When you see this beautiful woman, notice what she's wearing. Notice any jewelry or adornment. Notice the type of material she's wearing. And you can greet her in whatever way feels appropriate. You are going to ask her now, what is important for me to know? And she will give you a message either in words or in images or maybe even in color. Be patient as you listen for the message. What is important for me to know? This beautiful, warm-hearted, wise woman has a little gift for you. And so she may pass this little gift to you in your hand. Maybe it's wrapped, or maybe it's not. It could be a crystal or a feather or a key. Notice what she passes to you. And if you're not sure what it's for or what it represents, you can ask. And if you don't see anything, let your imagination guide you. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Thanking her however feels appropriate, knowing that you can connect with her at any time. Taking one last look around this beautiful garden, knowing that you can come back here at any time. Slowly deepening your breath, drawing it into your belly. Beginning to feel either your bum in the chair or on the seat or your feet on the floor. becoming very present of the room you are in now. You can rub your hands together, or if you're listening on the phone, one hand on your thighs or some part of your body as you very slowly open your eyes. Take a nice breath in and stretch. Beautiful. If you have some water, you can take a sip of water. And again, if you didn't see anything during this visualization meditation, just notice how you feel right now. Maybe you feel more present or more relaxed. And so hopefully you've gotten some experience, some connection with the wise woman within. And she is, in fact, a part of you, and she's guiding you all the time. She guides you through your intuition. She guides you through either feeling of excitement or, towards something you want to do, or a feeling of, maybe not. She guides you through your dreams. And this inner wisdom is a part of you, and you can access it anytime. So the first technique to support you in dancing through your day is to connect with yourself every day. Whether you're singing a song, dancing, or if you have a guided visualization that's maybe 5 minutes that you like to listen to, maybe you have a set of 3 stretches that you love, or maybe you just simply drink a coffee or tea without, and I repeat without going over your list of things to do. So really making it a meditation and being present and making it a practice of connection to yourself. So what I personally do every morning is I switch up my rituals, because sometimes they then become the daily routine and they start to become mundane and they're not as special and sacred because I've done them for so long, they become routine. So I have 2 things that I do to connect with myself first thing in the morning. One is to dance to one song, and usually it's something very kind of slow and rhythmic, some kind of soft drumming that's, a great, gentle way to come from my dream time into the present day. And it's great because I dance really gently, really softly, and it's a good way of kind of stretching my body as well, and getting everything limber and moving. The other thing that I've been doing is I sing. I have a hand drum, and so it's a small drum, and I have a stick with a leather end on it. And so I sing along with my drum. And me personally, I sing to honor myself. I sing to welcome my guides and guardians, what I call, or ancestors, what I call my unseen team, angels. I sing to welcome them in. And I sing to welcome the fullness of my light and my love into the present day. And I find I've been doing those 2 things probably for about a month now. And it makes a huge difference. And collectively, it takes, I would say, 12 minutes to do. You may have kiddos at home. You may have to go to work really early. So you can do something that takes even less time. You could dance and sing a song in 5 minutes, or any of the things that I just listed. Pick your favorite 3 stretches and use breath to stretch, some way of acknowledging yourself before you move into the day, and really connecting with your sacred center, or that wise woman within that you just connected with, because that, in fact, is what's going to help you feel a sense of ease and empowerment during your day, is being connected to that sacred center, because otherwise you can become, or I'll speak about myself, when I don't do these grounding exercises in the morning, I feel either like I'm going through the day in a bit of a fog, or I feel confused, or I feel like I have a million things to do and I'm just flying around. and I'm not really making the most of this day of life, which is a gift and it's not a guarantee. So making the most of every day is a beautiful practice. So that's the first technique, which is to connect to yourself. And if you have a journal, you can make a note right now. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually send you the 7 techniques in the replay email, and then you'll have them as well. We have Wanda connected in the chat box and said, I like that idea in the morning instead of Facebook, LOL. Yes, it is. And Facebook is connecting with your friends and your audience. And I sometimes lay in bed and do that. But when I do, I find I don't feel as energized and grounded as when I first connect to me and then maybe go on Facebook or start my work for the day. So the second thing is to listen to nature. And as some of you know, as I mentioned, I've moved into a new home, and I've really taken this opportunity to fully create new habits, new patterns. So the 2 I mentioned before was waking up and dancing to a song and then singing with my drum. And then I go and I make my tea and I sit outside and I just listen. I see what nature wants to share with me, and I connect to the earth. And I can tell you, even in the winter, for those of you who are in countries that get quite cold or regions that get quite cold, like we are here in Ontario, Canada, it gets pretty frickin' cold outside to the point where it's almost painful, or it is painful, if you're not dressed properly. But I try to walk every day, even during the winter, because it feeds me so much. We are a part of the earth, and we need to connect to our environment. We wouldn't be able to survive without our environment. The earth gives us everything that we need: our clothes, our laptops, our food, our painting materials, our drums, you name it. The earth provides that for us. So taking that moment to listen, I find a very spiritually important part of my day. And it can be, sometimes it's only 2 minutes. And I just go outside, and sometimes I don't feel like it, but I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get my stuff on, I'm going to get my tea, I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to feel great after. And sure enough, I go outside, and, I see a blue jay or a robin or a chipmunk, or I just look at the roses in my garden, or the sun is just streaming onto my face, or I see clouds that are in interesting shapes. Even if it's drizzling, I still do it because it's enlivening. And so that is the second technique that will help you dance through your day, is taking that 2 minutes, or maybe you take 30 minutes and go for a walk, but making sure to take that time. And those of you who have dogs, who walk your dogs, you'll know how much walking your dog, you know what I'm talking about. You know how much it feeds you and how great you feel after you go for a walk with your dog. So I can't stress enough the importance of going outside and listening. So again, it's not going over your list of things to do and reminding yourself of why you're feeling stressed today. It's literally pressing pause, going out, smelling the air, noticing the colors, noticing the elements. What elements are really present? Oh, it's windy. Oh, it's foggy. It's misty. Oh, I feel the fire of the sun. I feel the heat. Whatever it is that you feel. Oh, I smell the dampness of the earth. And I guarantee you this one is a game changer for sure. And probably many of you do it already. But again, if you can do it in the morning, so good. If you're someone who drives to work every morning at like 8:30 or 7:30, if you can give yourself an extra 30 seconds to stand outside before you get in your car and just look around, it will change your whole day. I guarantee you that. So that's the second technique, is to listen to nature. The third technique that will help you to dance through your day rather than drag yourself through your day or simply move through the motions of your day is to dance. And you know me, those of you who know me, know that I'm all about dance, and I probably say this in every single webinar that I do because dance has been a medicine for me. I have danced my way through painful emotions, through painful experiences in the past, and I've danced myself right into the career of my dreams, the love of my life, global travel, leading international retreats, and dance has just been so amazing in that it's pretty much guaranteed that you'll feel, as long as you listen to your body and you don't push any injuries, you will feel better after you dance. And it's like one of the most ancient medicines known to humankind. No matter where in the world your ancestors come from, they use dance for more than just entertainment. And so, as I mentioned, I use dance first thing in the morning. And of course, I'm about to launch a 21-day challenge where I'll be dancing every day. And I actually created my first 21-day challenge in the spring, and it was the Summer of Love 21-day challenge. And gorgeous group of women from around the world came together, and we tried our very best to dance every day. Not everyone did. There were different challenges daily. I obviously have to because I'm the one running it, which is great for me because it forces me to do it. But the challenge really allowed women to have that circle of support to want to do it every day, because then you report back to the group and go, yes, I danced, and this is the song I danced to, and this is how I feel now. And I'm actually going to read a few comments from women who went through that 21-day challenge. One of them, who is on our call right now, wink, 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 dancing has made a big impact on my life. Dancing is going to be a very important ritual for me. These past few weeks has reminded me that with a busy lifestyle, it is of utmost importance to take time for myself and tune into my feelings and just be. Another comment from the experience of dancing every day for 3 weeks. The inspiration to dance daily really impacted me. It meant that every day, no matter what, I expressed, I moved, and I celebrated myself. Another woman said, something I've learned in the Summer of Love 21-day challenge is that dance helps me to relax and have fun. Dance wakes up my feminine energy. I feel powerful, sexual, and free, and I have fun. Today I have danced for 30 minutes again. And I'll read you one more. This challenge has reconnected me to the earth, my spirituality, and my authentic dance, which I knew was lacking, but I wasn't sure how to bring it back into my life. So those are some of the impacts, and there's so many more that I'm not going to read right now, but I wanted you to be able to hear it from the mouths of other women how transformative dancing every day can be. And so, like I said, I say this pretty much in every single webinar I do, but make yourself a playlist of 3 songs, your 3 most uplifting or sensual or fun, funky songs, and have those be your go-to songs. Rotate them or dance to them all. I actually usually dance to the exact same song every morning. It feels very much like a ritual for me now, and I'm so in love with it. Like, I know when I wake up and I put on this song, I know, okay, this is my beautiful entrance into the day, and it sets a certain tone in my body and in my mind that allows my mind not to be busy first thing in the morning. It allows me that sacred moment with myself and with the music before, jumping on my email and Facebook and whatever I'm going to be doing during the day. So that is the third way to dance through your day, is to dance. Of course, we had to have dance in there. The fourth way, and this is probably going to be a very surprising one for you. Oh, and before I go on, Wanda says, dance is a fantastic mood changer, makes me feel alive. Thank you. It was a fantastic challenge. Looking forward to the October challenge. Thank you, Wanda. Yes. And I want to say that I created that challenge for myself because I wanted to challenge myself, because I talked about dancing to everyone and how amazing it was. And I realized that I wasn't dancing every day. And I'm like, this is terrible. And I knew that I needed to be accountable to other people to really make sure that I did it every day. So that's the kind of really supportive circle that we have in these challenges that helps you stay accountable to those little simple changes that honestly make your day-to-day life amazing, so much better. So the fourth way to dance through your day is to be in charge of your money. Nobody was expecting me to say that, I'm sure. The reason why I'm bringing up money is because those of us on the webinar have been born into a thick cultural condition of money that disempowers. So whether you feel like you have lots of money, or maybe too much, or maybe more than your fair share, or you feel like you have too little, or you've spent too much, most people have some sense of guilt or shame or fear or embarrassment that's connected to money. And I wanted to bring that up because it's important to address it. And I've had my own journey with money over the years, for sure. Today, I got my invoice for renting the Soulshine Retreat Center in Bali, which is an exquisite retreat center with organic food and all the bells and whistles, you know, all the things that I love. It's built with recycled wood, and yet it's super elegant and beautiful and classy. And it was $22,000 US, and I kind of went, whoa, I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. And of course, I don't have to pay it all at once, which is great, but I do have I did sign a contract saying that I would pay it, and I have to, you know, bring the people to the retreat. And so all to say that, you know, as my business has grown over the years and I've made more money and I've hired a team, I, you know, I'm dreaming bigger and playing a bigger game in my business and my life, I've also, you know, my expenses are bigger. So it's this kind of funny thing where so many of us think that if we just had 30% more money, or just, you know, this much more money, we would be happy. But the truth is, for many of us, as we have more money, we want more. And I've actually listened to a webinar recently of these women coaches who work with, you know, everyone, including millionaires, on money issues. And they talk about how even millionaires are saying, well, you know, everyone else has a jet and a private plane, and now I want that too. And I want to say that no matter what your money situation is, it's not entirely your fault, because we are born into this consumer model that tells us we need more no matter how much we have. And so I want you to just breathe a sigh of relief, no matter how many, and just forgive yourself for any problems or unhealthy patterns, and just realize it's not entirely your fault. Yes, we have to be responsible, but we are so impacted by all of what society is telling us, which is to consume, consume, consume. So I didn't bring that up to stir up your fears, and if I did, I'm sorry, but it's a good thing, because what I've found personally is actually knowing how much I'm spending has been great for me, and knowing where my money is going, and just having a clear idea of how much I owe, like, you know, what's my credit card bill this month, and knowing how much I owe, knowing how much is coming in. And sometimes, yes, I dip into my credit. I'm not always, you know, in the surplus. And that's part of life. But the choices that I've made, I first of all, in this moment, I say, I I believe in myself. And whatever choice I made at the time, to whether it's to book a retreat center in Bali, which I'm super excited about, and definitely no regrets there, or whether it was to fly to a conference in San Diego and go, maybe I didn't have to, but it was so awesome. So whatever choices you've made, I want you to just take a moment and just breathe. So there's an app called Spending, and it's free. And you can just track your expenses. Or if you have a piece of paper that you put on your wall and you write, how much about you've spent during the day on food or whatever it is, whatever way you want to, my suggestion is part of the freedom and the lightness of moving through your day. And I bring it up because money is a part of every day. And so if you want to dance through your day, you have to be dancing with your money. And it's not what most of us are doing, but it is accessible and it is possible. And more of us are creating a healthy relationship with money. And actually, I've never thought I would, but I actually find it really fun now to enter each expense. I'm like at the cashier and I'm like, ooh, which category does this go in? And I tell you, the months that I have made the most money in my business is when I have paid the closest attention to money. So money loves attention and it likes to be noticed and kept track of. So, I think that's what I have to say. The other thing I have to say about money is really having affirmations like in your pocket, ready to roll, to when you do feel icky about money, whether it's like, oh, I can't believe I'm buying this like $100 shirt and there's people who are like starving in other parts of the world, and why do I get to have money and other people don't? Or if it's, oh, I really shouldn't have bought that shirt, it's going on my credit card and I don't know if I'll be able to pay it, or whatever the feeling is that you're feeling, yes, you want to make smart choices. However, you also want to have affirmations that will help you create a positive relationship with money, one that feels good and empowering, and one that helps you to realize its energy. And it can be a beautiful thing. And I know I'm going on about this a little longer than I planned, but I actually love to vote with my dollars, and I feel really great. I realize that I actually spend most of my money on food. Organic, I love organic, local, fresh food. I love supporting companies that I believe in, and so I feel really good about spending money a lot of the time because I'm voting with my dollars and I'm giving it to people and places and farmers who I believe in. Okay, so back to the affirmation. So when you get a funny feeling about money during the day, maybe you don't every day, maybe you never do, and good for you. You're in the minority of the population. Give yourself a little pat on the shoulder. Have that affirmation on hand that is like one I use regularly is, I am the powerful creator of my reality. And that affirmation has been with me for a long time, and I truly believe it is your feelings, your affirmations, your beliefs that can help you create the world that you want. And so I have been able to heal my relationship with money. I say that because I grew up, my mom was a single mom, and things were super tight, and I feel like I kind of had money worries passed on to me, even though she didn't talk about it around me energetically. I felt it, and I feel like that was passed down to me, and I feel like I've healed that now for both of us. And fortunately, she's also, married to a wonderful man now, and they are in great financial standing. So healing your relationship with money, or just empowering it. If you already have a good relationship, really empower it even more with going, yes, you know what? I think I can generate more money, and I want to give it. I want to support my local wildlife initiative, or this is what I'm going to do with it. So that is the fourth technique to dancing through your day, is having feel-good moments with spending and with money, and turning icky moments back into feel-good moments through affirmation. Whatever affirmation about abundance, all my needs are met and everything that I will need will be provided for me. Anything like that. And of course, in the challenges that we do, we have affirmations for every day that really help you to connect with your power and to realize you are in control of your life and you can shape your reality to look like what you want it to be. And so I know and I feel pumped about these women who will be coming to Bali from all parts of the world. I don't know, we have 4 people already for sure going, but beyond that, I don't know who you are, but I do know that I'm calling you in. And so you can do that about anything, whether it's, getting that promotion in your career or calling in love. Just that joy that is created through dancing through your day will magnetize the right situation, the right people, the right circumstances. And dancing every day has to do with that. And connecting to yourself every day has to do with that. And connecting to nature has to do with that. And feeling good about money has to do with that, even if you have a bunch of debt. Like how many people own houses? My partner, John, and I just bought a house. Like, how much debt is that, right? And yet you can still feel amazing knowing, cool, I have a house and we're doing renos and it's going to look awesome and we're going to, make this the most beautiful, loving nest that we can. So that is the long version of number 4. So just close your eyes for a minute and ask yourself, how do I feel about money? Just tune in. And in this moment, how do I feel about money? Do you feel afraid? Do you feel excited? I feel a sense of ease and spaciousness. And so now that you know how you currently feel about it, how do you want to feel about money? And zoom into that feeling. Maybe you want to feel excited. Maybe you want to feel ease and spacious. Maybe you want to feel relaxed about it. I love to ask my friends' parents, and I have since I was a teenager, especially, looking back on your life, what would you change? And I can't even tell you how many people said they wish they hadn't worried about money as much. So there we go. That's number 4. Number 5, savor the flavor, the moment, the smell. Savor, savor, savor. What during your day can you savor? What moments can you allow to linger a little more? Is it the aroma of your homemade stew that you can stop and smell? Maybe it's literally smelling the flowers in your garden. Or maybe you can enjoy that goodbye kiss with your significant other a little more. Or maybe you can be more present while playing games with your child, or maybe one of your nieces or one of your friends' kids. So those very rich moments in our life, what can you just enjoy a little bit more while it's happening? I personally, I'm trying to think right now, what moment did I super duper enjoy today and let linger? Well, that moment outside, I really let it linger. I actually had half an hour in the afternoon that I went and I just sat on the porch and I felt the breeze on my body and I looked at the color of the changing leaves and I just felt like, wow, what a beautiful day. So savoring is the 5th way, and it's a juicy way to dance through your day and start to notice. Maybe you're savoring the taste of your toothpaste. Maybe you have a really great flavor of toothpaste and you want to savor it. I had this cinnamon toothpaste once, and I don't know if it worked that well, but it tasted delicious. Or maybe it's excuse me, I'm about to talk about water and I'm actually needing to drink some. Maybe it's after a workout or a jog or a run and you're so thirsty and you come in and you have that glass of water and it's like, oh, feels so good. Or maybe it's having a bath. That's an amazing moment that you can savor, or moments. Or maybe, again, it's just feeling the breeze on your body or feeling the sun on your skin. There's so many beautiful little moments during our day. And we sometimes miss these opportunities because we're in our mind and we're thinking, and these opportunities are passing us by because we're not fully present. So just notice what you can savor a little more during your day. The sixth way to dance through your day is self-care. And I think this is a piece of life work, probably for almost all of us or all of us on the call. Self-care for me in my life is constantly evolving. And right now it involves deep listening to my body and making sure that I take that time every day. And so for me, the way that I make sure to get self-care moments into my day, because that will make your spirit sing. It truly will. When you take those little moments to care for yourself, you know, the way a loving mother would care for her child, that's how you want to be with yourself. So what I do is I schedule it in every day. So whether it's yoga, whether it's a walk, whether I'm just taking a moment to anoint myself with essential oils, maybe on my wrists and behind my ears and on between my eyebrows, on my third eye chakra, just anointing myself like the goddess. Oh, like putting this beautiful smell of sandalwood or jasmine, and then just breathing it in. It could be taking half an hour to read, and that could be your self-care, or journal, or maybe it's stretching. Again, it could be dancing. You're dancing and you're connecting with yourself and connecting to nature, or listening to nature is also self-care. So making sure to get those things in by scheduling it in either the night before or in the morning. And the last way to dance through your day is to spice it up. So spices add delicious flavor to food. Adding a little cinnamon or nutmeg can delight the senses, while sea salt and Cajun can warm the soul. So when I'm talking about spicing up your days, I'm talking about mixing up your day-to-day activities, because that is the spice of your life. Just like the spices in the food leave those lingering, lasting flavors that are totally satisfying, fulfilling, and nourishing, those same activities spice up your day and spice up your life. So how can you bring creativity and adventure into your daily life? During the Summer of Love 21-Day Challenge, we had lots of great little activities that were creative and, some that had to do with adventure, because I remembered feeling like, dang, I used to be so creative when I was a kid. Like, yes, I'm dancing a lot, but I used to be constantly beading or drawing or painting. I always had a little backpack my mom packed for me in the car, and it had all kinds of cool stuff to do, and I would just entertain myself. I would be crafting away like any time of the day that I could. And then playing and having adventures as I got older, and playing hide and seek, and those kind of thrilling things that you do, hopefully that you get a chance to do, or riding your bike really fast down a hill. Where can you bring a little more of that into the day? During our Summer of Love Challenge, one of the great challenges that women loved so much was to write sassy or sexy or meaningful haiku poems. So I have one for you here now. I live today now, heart filling to overflow, planted seeds nourished, circle of women, weaving together stories, vulnerable strength. Wow, I can hear them cutting tile above my head. I hope that's not too loud for you. So that's an example of an activity that probably takes you 3 minutes to write a haiku poem, and it's super fun and it's super creative, and it just engages the right side of your brain and gets those creative juices flowing. In the Wild Challenge, I challenged everyone to do something wild. And yeah, sorry about the noise, everyone. And so there was a team of 3 women who actually wrote really sweet Post-it notes and stuck them on random people's cars one night. Another woman danced naked in her high heels, and she told us how she was terrified to do it. Like, it felt so scary, even though she lives alone. She's in the comfort and the security of her own home. And by the end of it, she felt empowered and exhilarated. So those are, and not only that, she also made a point to say, I'm going to do this every day. So those are some examples of free things that you can do that will actually bring some adventure into your life and spice it up a little. And so I would love to invite you, if you are feeling like you do want to make some of these changes in your daily life and, take the time to connect to yourself, to listen to nature, to dance every day, to feel empowered with money, to savor the experiences of life, to do those amazing self-care activities, and to spice up your life with great adventure. I invite you to join our challenge that's coming up October 1st. It's totally free. If you are feeling like, yes, I'm ready to make these small changes in my life that are going to have a big difference in the way I feel, this is the great structure and circle of support for you. Again, my team and I put so much effort in to create it, and it's because it's so aligned with my passion and my purpose. The link is in the chat box. Thank you, Montana, for those of you who are feeling, yes, this is something for me. I do it because it's my life purpose. And I was actually so surprised by how transformed we all were in the experience last time. 100 women from Canada, the States, Europe, and even South America were participating. Now, not everyone was participating in the Facebook group because that wasn't the comfort zone for everyone. And not everyone was doing the challenge every day because they weren't able to, maybe once every 3 days, but it still had a great impact on their lives. So the great thing about being active in the private face group that we have is that's where some of the, really neat magic happened, where we got raw and vulnerable and real with each other, and we supported each other and celebrated each other, and we shared our hopes and fears and failures and successes. And together we danced every day and had a lot of fun. And so, yes, that begins on October 1st. That's a Thursday. And we have wonderful sponsors who believe in what we're doing, who actually give us wonderful prizes and gifts to give away every day. So we have that. Excuse me, the circle that we create is wonderful. So you'll actually connect and meet really wonderful women. One of the women from our last challenges says, "Dearest sisters, today is our last day together, and I want to give you thanks for your support, love, and courage. I truly believe that all of you are amazing. Thank you, Alicia, for giving us this opportunity. I will continue to keep dance as a part of my daily ritual. Love you." And that's from one of our members who is coming from Barcelona. So once again, if you are ready to commit to doing some of these things, once you sign up at rhythmofromance.com, so it's www.rhythmofromance.com, or you could go to Manifest Dance under events, manifestdance.com, and you'll find it there. And so once you sign up, you'll get an email every day. There's a song. There's a button that says "Let's Dance," and there will be either a sensual or uplifting song, or maybe it will be drumming, sacred drumming, and there will be an affirmation, and then there will be a challenge, whether it's to do something wild that just stretches or pushes your comfort zone, or maybe it's to write that sassy or soulful haiku poem. And so together, during this 3 weeks, we dance, we listen to sacred drumming, we share sensual and uplifting music, we write sassy love poems, and experience more beauty in our daily lives. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for taking this hour for yourself. I would say pat yourself on your back, because this is self-care right here, right now. If you are ready to say yes to yourself, to bringing more of these elements into your daily life, this is the great opportunity to do so, and I would love to get to know you more. And I know some of the women on this call are already signed up and participating, so I can't wait to be hanging out with you. And of course, it's free, and so that's always a bonus. And of course, there's gorgeous gifts, and you get them mailed to you. I loved mailing gifts all over Europe and Canada and the States last year. That felt really fun to be sending packages all over the world. And you'll receive a beautiful email every day, and you'll grow your playlist, and I could go on and on and on. But it comes down to whether in this moment you feel that feeling of excitement and yes, or if you feel like, no, that's not for me. And if you're feeling that excitement and that yes, I would say sign up right now at rhythmofromance.com, because you might forget, and we're starting next week. So sign yourself up, and then you'll get an email back, which will guide you to join the Facebook group. And we already have 108 women in our Facebook group, and I'm sure we'll have several more by next week. So we'll have a nice group. Thank you again, everyone, and I look so forward to being in touch with you soon. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. And may you have a beautiful day tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.